Adventure Quest, the finest non-adult flash game of the early to mid-noughties. I'm Sir Richard Pitchard and I like to get off my tits on nostalgia, so let's put on some Red Hot Chili Peppers, grab a bag of pickled onion Monster Munch whilst we go on an adventure of internet past. First we meet Artix and create our hero, the brave fighter Nutbob, who has been keeping his nose clean so has recently been taken off the register. We arrive in the pokey little town of Bassalon, where Artix tutorialises the balls off us. By the way, that little creature there is a moglin called Twilly, and I don't know if it's my stereotypical British repression, but the way he stares directly into your soul, unblinking with his mouth agape, always sent shivers down my spine. Can I crawl inside your mouth? After a tour of Bassalon's many delights, including its inn, its stables, its moglin brothel, Artix hears a sound from the edge of town. Turns out it's an undead invasion. Jesus Christ, we're still in the tutorial, we've got our training wheels on, can we not do something a bit easier? Can we not go pick berries or gather the magical ultra soft toilet rolls so the wizard can wipe his bum or something? Nothing to worry about though, as he fights with a leg bone, which is an odd weapon for a skeleton. It'd be like if a chicken fought by flinging eggs. We make short work of it, but it's not over yet, it's Drakarth! He is an incredibly powerful foe, Nutbob, but I know we can defeat it to get... Blah! Nutbob, no! Undead monstrosity, I shall send you back to the grave and avenge Nutbob. I appreciate the sentiment, but I've known you for about 5 minutes. If this was the other way around, I'd be flinging Artex's corpse at the monster and legging it back to Bassalon. Well, Adventure Quest was a lot shorter than I remember it. But wait, it's the boatman. He tells us that we are too important to die so we can live again. Do you think that's why Noel Edmonds has survived all these years despite all those assassination attempts? I mean, I don't know about you, viewer, but I must have tried at least 9 times. I can confirm that he's fire retardant, so don't go down that route, it's a waste of your time. Anyway, we come back to life and Artix is all like, "Oh, I knew you weren't dead." Piss off, Artix. You had basically organised my funeral a couple of minutes ago. With a new weapon gifted by Artix, we beat Drakarth, who is weirdly not that strong, so I can only assume Nutbob coincidentally died of a random stroke, and trust me, Nutbob has a lot of strokes. Tutorial over and the world is our oyster. After buying a cool penguin as a pet, we decide to talk to Twilly to see if there are any new rumours. It tells us that there's a weird creature in the forest. Oh, I got a werewolf. Let's call him Breremy. I can't decide if I'm happy or not about the fact that Nutbob is almost completely concealed by Breremy. Anyway, apparently the weird monster in the forest is called Seed Spitter, and nary a moment after we dash it into leaves, this elf shows up fighting a monster and basically tells us to piss off. It's alright, she looks powerful, I'm sure she knows what she's doing. Oh, just like that? Oh, okay. We take on the molar instead, and I can't decide if it's wearing underpants or not. I don't know. Is there perhaps a hint of schlong I can detect? It needs closer inspection, I think. Well, I'll kill it, then I'll check. No, wait, I won't do that. No, I've been in trouble for that in the past. Let's not go down that route again. Oh, that was a tough battle. Can't wait to be showered in praise for helping. Let's see what the elf has to say for herself. You believed you've helped me, but you're wrong. This battle was mine to be won or lost. Well, fuck you. Let's see if your cocky after Breremy has eaten your face and shat it out into a bush. Relithia, the elf, comes to her senses and acknowledges Nutbob's raw power. She takes us to Greengard Forest, where she gets bollocked by Pillargroth for bringing in an outsider. He then informs us that the elves are locked in battle with the Drackle, but rather than let us help, he tells us to leave and to never share this location with anyone. Mate, I will tell everyone. I'm going to Bebo all my besties with the location as soon as I'm done here. You know what? I'm going to put it as my status on MSN Messenger as well. See how you like that. Relithia, who is proving to be completely useless, immediately needs help, and suddenly the elves want us to get involved. You know what? Fuck these guys. They only like us for our big sword. It's a Drackle spy squatting on some kind of helicopter cushion. Not really keeping with the whole sort of like D&D look we've got so far, but you know, I'll roll with it. I don't mind. Relithia asks us to promise to help stop the Drackles. Oh yeah, sure, because you've been so nice to me up to this point. She tells us to seek out a human sage called Uldor to find out what the Drackles want. We head to the inn to find Uldor, who tells us to go find some Bellin Moglin in some place called Granamore, and for God's sake, does no one have WhatsApp in this town? We travel to Granamore, where a ginger guard stops us and accuses us of being an agent of evil. Nutbob gives him the creepiest grin, and I can only assume wins an intimidation roll because for some reason the ginger guard lets us in. Inside, we find this grizzled Moglin riding what looks like a plucked semi-fried chicken. He tells us that the elves and the Moglins are currently trying to protect the forest from the Drackle, so we offer to pitch in. For Fuck's sake, what the hell is that? That is MS Paint. Oh, her head's all wide. Oh, is this... This is Relithia. Wasn't that the name of the elf from earlier? Maybe like it's a generic elf name. Maybe it means like woman in elf. We get given a choice. Fight the elves or the Drackle. Difficult choice. Now the elves have been complete twats to us all the way through. And if we help the Drackles, they might give us a helicopter cushion. It's decided. We fight the elves and... Wait, it's the same elf from earlier. But what? Why? How? But the previous elf didn't even have the same coloured hair. Maybe it's like a debuff. Maybe if you get hit with a certain spell, you suddenly look like you were drawn by a 7-year-old. Again, to be fair, that would explain Noel Edmonds. So we fight Relithia and eventually she falls and... What? No, I'm not having that. That was literally not the same woman. Oh, here we go. Even more MS Paint elves join the fray. You human, did you see who did this? Was it the foul Drake? Oh, yeah, definitely the foul Drake. I saw her fight it and I was like, no, not Relithia. Oh, I don't mind if she was all like block coloured. She was a great girl, you know. Oh God, why do you toy with us so, God? Why Relithia, damn it? Just as I thought. Come take up arms with us against the terrible Drackle forces. Yeah, absolutely, you know, fucking Drackle bastards. Yeah, you know what? You go in the front and I'll bring up the rear, okay? Oh, right, yeah, good shot, Drackle, yeah. My plan worked perfectly. You'll have two choices, interfering human. Go back to where you came from or face your doom. Difficult choice. Back to where I came from or doom. Oh, that book looks like it's got sharp corners. You know what? I'll pass on the doom this time, thanks. I think I'll just pop off back to where I came from. Go Drackle and all that. Yeah, bye. Anyway, we arrive back in battle on honour intact, and that's where we'll leave it for today. If you enjoyed this and want to see more of Nutbob in the Land of Lore, which is where the game takes place, let me know. If not, go sit on a helicopter cushion, right, and fly it into an active volcano, but only after subscribing and watching my other videos. Bye-bye! Oh no! My batteries have run out in my MP3 player! How am I supposed to listen to my Bowling for Soup album now? Wah.